These are notes for section 6.4. Okay, 6.4 here, page 322, 1 to 65 odd. So here are the problems, up to 39, a little bit further down. And there we are, so just that page. And then the answer is in the back of the book. 6.4. See right there. Pretty much should be it. Okay. So we're doing something today called the difference of two squares. I alluded to it a little bit last time. Okay, you might recall we multiply out a plus b, a minus b. One's a plus and one's a minus. If you FOIL that out, it's a squared minus ab plus ab minus b squared. The middle terms cancel out. So it's a squared minus b squared. So it's just first and last. What happened to outer and inner? They cancel out. Okay, so now we're going backwards. Okay, we start off with a squared minus b squared. Factor it back into a plus b, a minus b. Okay, quick word about the sum of two squares. If you have a squared plus b squared, that's called prime. It's not factorable. You can't break down a squared plus b squared, except maybe taking out a greatest common factor. Okay, so number one, x squared minus 9. That's x squared minus 3 squared. So simply x plus 3, x minus 3. You can put the minus in front of the plus, but normally we put the plus first. We like positive. X squared minus 49. That's x squared minus 7 squared. So x plus 7, x minus 7. Of course, you can check by multiplying it back out. You only need to do first and last, because when it's of this type, the outer and inner will always cancel out. X squared minus 49. If you're not convinced of that, check the FOIL. Outside is negative 7x, inner is plus 7x. They cancel out. 9 is automatically prime. That's the sum of squares. 9x squared plus 25, that's prime. 9a squared minus 16b squared. So what do I square to get this? 3a. What do I square to get this? 4b. So 3a plus 4b, 3a minus 4b. Okay, number 17, 25 minus 4x squared. Again, it's the difference of two squares. What do I square to get 25? 5. What do I square to get 4x squared? 2x. So one's a plus, one's a minus. So 5 plus 2x, 5 minus 2x. Okay, then starting with 21, take out the greatest common factor if possible. 32a squared minus 128. 32 happens to go into 128 exactly 4 times. So factor out the GCF, greatest common factor. 32 times a squared minus 4. 4 is 2 squared. So 32, a plus 2, a minus 2. 25 is a little bit tricky. What do I square to get a to the 4th? A squared. What do I square to get b to the 4th? B squared. So a squared plus b squared, a squared minus b squared. Okay, and you're actually not done. A squared plus b squared, you can't do anything with that. It's the sum of squares. But this is the difference of squares in its own right. So that's a plus b, a minus b. So final answer, a squared plus b squared, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, 29 looks more complicated. 3x cubed y minus 75xy cubed. Take out the GCF, greatest common factor. So I can take out a 3, I can take out an x, and a y. So 3xy. And now what do I multiply this by to get these back? X squared minus 25y squared. And now that's the difference of two squares, right? So what do I square to get that? X. What do I square to get that? 5y. So 3xy, x plus 5y, x minus 5y. Okay, the next set of problems turn out to be perfect square trinomials. Okay. In other words, they're going to end up being blah, blah, blah squared most likely. So x squared plus 2x plus 1. Pretty easy. X, plus, 1 and 1. But if you ever get something like this, you should write it as x plus 1 squared. Okay, now that I've already told you that's the way most of these are, you can probably guess how to do it from there. It's going to be something squared. Okay, y squared, y. Plus, 4, 2, 2. Double check with FOIL. Y plus 2 squared. M squared minus 12m plus 36. The minus plus combination means they're both minuses. M squared is m and m. Okay, 36, 12. Two numbers add up to 12. When you multiply them, you get 36. 6 and 6. So n minus 6 squared. Okay, 45. 49x squared, that's 7x times 7x. A minus and a plus, both minuses, and 1 and 1. Okay, for the back out to double check, and write it as 7x minus 1 quantity squared. 49, x squared is x times x, y squared is y times y, plus plus is plus plus, 10 and 25, 5 and 5. So x plus 5y, x plus 5y, or x plus 5y squared. Okay, 53, take out the GCF, greatest common factor, which is 3. A squared plus 6a plus 9. A squared, a and a, plus 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 plus. 6 and 9, 3 and 3. So 3 times a plus 3 squared. 57 looks more complicated. GCF, greatest common factor, is 5 and also an x. They all have an x. So take out 5x. And how do you go from 5x back up to that? X squared. Back up to that, 6xy. Back up to that, 9y squared. Okay, so leave alone the 5x. X squared is xx. Y squared is yy. Plus plus is plus plus. 6 and 9 means 3 and 3. And since these are the same, 5x times x plus dy squared. Finally, for 61, x squared plus 2xy plus y squared minus 9. Temporarily ignore the negative 9. Factor this into x plus y, or x plus y squared minus 9. And this is essentially difference of squares. It does fit the formula a squared minus b squared. If you pretend temporarily this is like z squared minus 9, right? Then you would go z plus 3, z minus 3. So it's x plus y squared minus 9. So it's x plus y plus 3, x plus y minus 3, just like z plus 3, z minus 3. Okay, so that was section 6.4.